Hey guys, it's Owen from Wrestling Inc. back with another wrestling news roundup. Without any further ado, let's get into today's biggest stories in the world of professional wrestling. Logan Paul makes huge WWE announcement. The Paul brothers' takeover of all things combat sports and sports entertainment continues. Logan Paul took to Twitter yesterday to announce that he has officially signed with WWE. Paul shared a photo of the contract signing at WWE HQ, which was overseen by Triple H and interim WWE chairwoman and CEO Stephanie McMahon. WWE provided an update on their website. The YouTuber last appeared on WWE programming at WrestleMania 38, where he teamed with The Miz to defeat Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic in a tag team match. After the match, Miz drilled Paul into the canvas with a skull-crushing finale. Paul said during his signing he will be looking for revenge against The Miz, specifying SummerSlam on July 30th in Nashville, Tennessee. And even writing, quote, "coming for you" at The Miz on the back of his new contract. The Miz appears to be acting as if nothing happened between him and Paul at the end of their WrestleMania match. In a recent interview on Raw, Miz called it a, quote, "teaching moment" after announcing Paul's return to training. Quote, "Who wouldn't want to see this tag team again?" The Miz tweeted just an hour before WWE announced Paul's signing. The post included pictures of The Miz and Paul walking down the ramp in Dallas, as well as posing in the ring before their match. Paul himself took time to pose with a statue of Andre the Giant in WWE HQ, as well as seemingly taking a tour of the facility. There is no timetable for Logan Paul's return to the company outside of Paul's mention of SummerSlam. No stranger to combat sports, Logan Paul fought Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. in an exhibition match in June 2021, where Mayweather handedly outboxed Paul despite there being no official winner. Before that fight, Paul took a loss against YouTuber KSI after the two men fought to a draw in an amateur fight. KSI won by split decision. Logan Paul's WWE contract is a multi-year deal entailing him to compete at multiple events per year, according to journalist Ariel Helwani. As per the deal, Paul will wrestle at an undisclosed number of premium live events across 2022 and 2023, starting with his rumored match against The Miz at the July 30 SummerSlam in Nashville, Tennessee. Helwani added Paul is likely to make a TV appearance prior to his SummerSlam match, but no return date for the YouTuber star turned boxer has been set just yet. Top AEW star reportedly suffered very serious concussion at Forbidden Door. Adam Cole reportedly suffered a, quote, "very serious concussion" during his four-way match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at the AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door pay-per-view on June 26. According to Dave Meltzer in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Cole's concussion led to a, quote, "rush and awkward finish" to the match as Jay White pinned the leader of the Undisputed Elite to retain his title. In the final sequence of the match, Cole landed several superkicks on Kazuchika Okada for a near fall, but then appeared to grow sluggish after taking a superkick from Hangman Page. Cole would also counter a Rainmaker from Okada before taking the pinfall to White. In the lead up to Forbidden Door, Fightful Select reported that Cole has been dealing with a torn labrum as far back as his AEW World Title program with Page, and braved through the injury during their match at AEW Revolution pay-per-view. The report added that Cole has been, quote, "banged up for quite a while and has been battling a series of injuries for longer than most realize." Meltzer's report Friday suggested that Cole could potentially undergo surgery to fix the torn labrum, or at least take extended time off for rehab, but there's no confirmation on his plans. Meltzer suggested that Cole, quote, "is mentally wanting to continue, as evidenced by the fact that the Owen Hart Cup winner has avoided surgery up to this point." Top WWE NXT superstar reportedly a free agent soon. Io Shirai could be on her way out of WWE imminently. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that Shirai has not put pen to paper on a new WWE contract offer and will become a free agent in August if she doesn't sign the deal. Shirai has reportedly informed people in Japan that she plans on returning home to be closer to her family once her WWE contract expires. Unlike Kairi Sane, who returned to Japan midway through her contract and agreed to work as a WWE ambassador in her home country, Shirai would be free of all obligations once her contract runs out next month. Kairi joined World Wonder Ring Stardom earlier this year once her WWE deal expired nearly 2 years after her final WWE match. Meltzer added there is no expectation in Stardom that Shirai will return to her old stomping grounds. That said, Shirai would be eligible to sign with Stardom next month unless she agrees to an extension with WWE. The Observer's report made no mention of Shirai's potential interest in AEW, Impact Wrestling or any other promotion. Shirai hasn't wrestled since the NXT Stand and Deliver event in April, where she lost a fatal 4-way for the NXT Women's Championship. Last month, Fightful Select reported that Shirai has been dealing with an undisclosed injury. While there was no mention of the severity of the injury, the report noted that Shirai was not factored into any of NXT's plans for the summer. The report added that Shirai is very well liked backstage in WWE, and company officials had no plans to rush her back from injury. Jeff Hardy pleads not guilty to DUI charge. Jeff Hardy has pleaded not guilty to his recent DUI charge in Volusia County, Florida. Hardy was arrested on June 13th for a DUI, marking the third time he's been arrested for driving under the influence in 10 years. Hardy's blood alcohol level was reported to be more than 3 times the legal limit. The evening before his arrest, Hardy had spent it at the Slam Down 7 convention in Orlando, Florida. According to PW Insider, Hardy filed a written plea of not guilty on June 28th. Hardy is scheduled to be arraigned on July 5th. It was also reported that the AEW star entered a rehab facility on June 21st. As previously noted, AEW CEO Tony Khan suspended Hardy without pay until he's able to maintain his sobriety for an undisclosed amount of time. Jeff Hardy was released by WWE on December 9, 2021, following Hardy walking out through the crowd after finishing his part in a match at a live event. Before his release, WWE had reportedly requested Hardy place himself in rehab. After his non-compete clause expired, Hardy signed with AEW and made his AEW Dynamite debut on March 9. In the latest update from PW Insider, the site has acquired a copy of Hardy's written notification that he was pleading not guilty to the June 13th DUI charge. Hardy was also charged with driving while his license was suspended/revoked and a violation of restrictions placed on his driver's license. According to the copy from PW Insider, Hardy waives arraignment by filing this written plea of not guilty. Hardy's arraignment was originally set for July 5th. He also waives the right to be present at any pre-trial conferences. Hardy is currently suspended without pay from AEW, as noted during a media call for AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. AEW CEO Tony Khan had commented on Hardy's current issues. He made it clear that treatment was Hardy's last chance. Hardy has been in rehab since June 21st. Quote, "I'm really glad nobody got hurt," Khan said, "but what Jeff did going out and driving is different from the other thing, and I just don't like hearing the two compared, if that makes sense. I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't give Jeff a lot of credit for how he's now doing the right thing, as this is what we said. Jeff's got to do the right thing if he wants to stay with AEW, because it's his last chance." So what are your thoughts on today's Wrestling News Roundup? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestling Inc. and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.